Hey, what's going on everyone, this is the Wacky artist here and welcome to my first tutorial video. Today I'm going to be drawing ice and this video will be the part 1 of a multiple part series where each video will cover a different element. I'm going to be making these drawings on both Photoshop and on paper so everyone can tune in. Alright, so let's get started. So we're gonna start off with the traditional part first, but if you wanna go to the digital part, you can just go to the description and look for the timestamp for the digital part. Alright, so here's the material required. So for this drawing, you're gonna need a pencil. It could be any size, doesn't matter, any kind of eraser, it doesn't matter, like I said. And then you're gonna need a blue fine liner or a blue gel pen. Now for the colors and highlights, I used white gel pen and some alcohol markers, but you could easily replace them with color pencils and white paint. So for the outside, you want to draw a shape something like that of a diamond, but for the inside, you want to draw some small Y's and V's that converge at a single point so that it looks like a cracked ice. Just need to stay calm while you're drawing because there is no difficult part in this drawing, but if you're still having difficulties, you can just follow me around. Now after you're done drawing, just make sure to mildly erase everything so that you can draw it over with a blue gel pen or a fine liner. Now for the next part, take a blue gel pen or the fine liner and highlight everything you just did with the pencil. After you're done this, make sure to use your fine liner to darken the inside parts of your eyes, and that will give it a 3D look. After this, you just need to take your blue marker or color pencil and color everything in the eyes. Just leave 2 diagonal white spaces in the middle. Now this should give your eyes a shiny look. After you've done this, use your darker blue marker or darker blue color pencil and highlight the inside edges of the eyes. After this, you will go back to your previous color and blend out all the hard edges that you created with the dark blue color. Now after this point, you can just create white highlights on every edge of your eyes, just like you see me do. After this point, the drawing is pretty much complete, but you would still see me add some more ice particles and highlights, and that is just to give it a bit of pop, but this is completely optional to you. So here's the end look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So now let us move on to drawing it on Photoshop. So here is all the settings that I use for my canvas. Now create a new blank layer and using a dark blue color and a hard brush, create a diamond-like shape. Now after that, we're going to be using the same color to make cracks into the ice, and the cracks should be in a V or Y shape. After that, create a final sketch layer on top of your previous layer and using the line tool, make the outline of your previous layer. If you want, you can also decrease the opacity of your previous layer like I did so that it will be easier to see your lines. The option to do it is in the bottom right hand side. Now you will hide the base sketch by clicking on the eye in front of the base sketch layer name. We need to do that so we can only see the final sketch. Now use the magic wand tool by pressing W and select everything outside of the final sketch, and then right click on the sketch and choose select inverse. After that, you can create a new layer underneath your final sketch layer, which will be your base color layer. Now choose a light blue color and fill the inside of your eyes. Make sure you're on the base color layer while filling in and the sketch layer is still selected. Now make a new layer named darks on top of the base color layer. Now go back to the final sketch layer, select individual sections of the ice, come back to the darks, and using a dark blue color and a soft brush, color the edges of the ice. This is an important step if you don't want your colors to spill out. After this step, create a new layer on top of the darks layer and rename it to highlights. Then go back to our final sketch layer and select the individual sections of the ice again, like we did for making the darks, and then come back to the ice layer and using a hard brush and a white color, make highlights on the edges. Now double click on the right side of your highlights layer and choose Outer Glow from the menu. Choose a light blue color and increase the opacity until the image looks desirable. This should give your image a pop. Now create a new background layer below the base drawing layer and fill it with dark blue color. After that, create a new layer on top of all your layers and name it Snowflakes. Now using the brush that is linked down in the description below, add snow particles on the drawing. Then create an outer glow just like before, but now you can choose any different color. I used purple, but I later changed it to blue. After this step, select all the layers and then right click and choose Duplicate Layers. Now without touching anything, right click on the selected layers and choose Merge Layers. Now go to Filter on the top menu and choose Blur and then Gaussian Blur, and then make the radius to around 22. Then go to the bottom right hand corner from the layer properties, change the layer blending mode from normal to lighten and decrease the opacity of the layer to about 60 to 70%. This should give your image a misty, snowy look. After this, you can just merge all the layers and adjust the brightness, saturation and all that stuff from the adjustment properties. So now, after so much work, our ice is finally ready. And here is how it looks. So thanks for watching, and especially thanks to everyone that made it till the end. See you guys in the next video.